Speculations rife about what message Xi is sending to Kim regime. November 16, 2017, 632 am. Last updated November 20, 2017, 621 p.m. Chinese leader Xi Jinping will dispatch a special envoy to North Korea on Friday, a week after President Donald Trump left China, with speculations rife as to what message that envoy will deliver. Song Tao, the head of Beijing's international department, heads to North Korea at a turbulent time in North KoreaChina relations. Trump greeted the news enthusiastically in a tweet Thursday morning. China is sending an envoy and delegation to North Korea, a big move. We'll see what happens. Donald J. Trump at Real Donald Trump. November 16, 2017. The Chinese regime's official line is Song is going to update the Kim regime on the results of China's Communist Party Congress last month, but there are two other very divergent possibilities. The Great Hall of the People during the closing session of 19th National Congress in Beijing on October 24, 2017. Lin Tao's on Getty Images. One possibility is that Song is going to assure the North Korean regime that it still has the Chinese Communist Party's support. That possibility has some proponents among Chinese academics. The U.S. and its allies hope that China will raise the threat of military strikes and impose harsher economic sanctions against North Korea. Shi Jinping, a government advisor and director of the Center for American Studies at Renmin University in Beijing, told The Telegraph. But China will inform North Korea that it opposes such actions. If that's true, it would contradict Xi's recent public statements opposing North Korea's nuclear program and calling for the denuclearization of the Korean peninsula. President Donald Trump, First Lady Melania Trump, and China's leader Xi Jinping tour the Conservation Scientific Laboratory of the Forbidden City in Beijing on November 8, 2017. Andy Wong of BGT Images. The other possibility is that Song is going to North Korea to convey the Chinese regime's firmer opposition to North Korea's nuclear program, and to pressure the Kim regime to come to the negotiating table. That possibility is backed up by China's continued implementation of United Nations Security Council sanctions and the reportedly close ties between Xi and Trump. Trump said he spent hours with Xi Jinping during his time in China having detailed conversations about North Korea and how to handle that situation. The two men had good chemistry, said Trump, who has been widely praised in Chinese state-run media. The U.S. president went to China on a three-pronged mission to start rebalancing trade, advocate for an open and free Indo-Pacific region, and to push the Chinese regime to take stronger measures against North Korea. This picture, released from North Korea's official Korean Central News Agency KCNA on April 16, 2017, shows Korean People's ballistic missiles being displayed through Kim Il-sung Square during a military parade in Pyongyang. Straff BGT Images. According to the senior Trump administration official, the United States believes China views North Korea as a severe strategic liability. If that is the case, it could give Xi personal motivation to do what Trump has requested. While Trump offered Xi praise, often in his public remarks while in China, he also called on the Chinese leader to take rapid action on North Korea. We must act fast, and hope China will act faster and more effectively on this problem than anyone, said Trump during remarks at an event in Beijing on November 9. China's historic protection of North Korea predates either country's communist takeover, but their relationship has recently taken a tense turn. North Korea's pursuit of nuclear weapons has unsettled Beijing's gradual rise in influence in the region by elevating the U.S. military presence there and bringing South Korea, Japan, and the United States closer to a trilateral military alliance. The USS Nimitz EVN-68, a nuclear-powered aircraft carrier, arrives at a naval base in the South Korean port city of Busan, some 450 km southeast of Seoul on Feb. 28, 2008. The Nimitz and its associated strike group completed exercises with two other aircraft carriers in the Western Pacific on November 14, 2017, adding to the military posture aimed at pressuring Kim Jong-un to come to the negotiating table. Kim Jae-won of BGT Images. Kim's provocations have also given South Korea enough cause for concern that it deployed U.S.-supplied THA-80 anti-ballistic missiles and radars despite punitive economic measures by Beijing. The Chinese regime eventually relented in the boycott of South Korean goods and restrictions on Chinese tourists traveling to South Korea that cost the South Korean economy billions. In exchange, China secured promises that South Korea will not deploy more THA-80 systems, join U.S. missile defense systems, nor form a trilateral alliance with Japan and the United States. That scenario exemplifies the challenge Xi is facing as he is pulled between a historic alliance and current realities. She can back North Korea at the expense of closer ties with the South and intense pressure from the United States, or withhold that support for closer ties to the South and better relations with the United States. So far, most evidence points to the latter option. The internal politics of China also support that. She is in the final leg of a factional showdown with former Chinese leader Jiang Zemin and the allies Zhang had entrenched throughout the party and government. Liu Yunshin, the propaganda chief and Politburo Standing Committee member, seen in Beijing on March 5, 2016, is one Jiang Zemin's few allies left in a senior position in the party and the last senior Chinese official to visit North Korea in several years. Wang Zhao FBGT images. While Zhang and his allies had close relations with North Korea, she has pursued closer ties with South Korea, even visiting the country without a corresponding visit to North Korea. Facing the prospect of a U.S. invasion on the Korean peninsula, she has even more motivation to back U.S.-led sanctions at the United Nations Security Council and implement them faithfully. Share tweet, share email.